Someone has painted a pair of eyes on this goofy smile on this rock. One of these two is a gift for Shale. The other one is still a gift, but it gives you massive negative affinity. I think one of them gives you like plus 40 or plus 50 happiness with that person. The other one gives you plus 40 or plus 50 negative. And I can't remember which is, but I think it's the pet rock gives positive.
Ooh, shiny.
Yes. And you can name the pet rock if you want. I'm standard with the name Herbert. So that means then, why hasn't it gone? I don't know. That means then that the pigeon is the stuff that gives you negative. So I'm not gonna give it to her because it just completely make redundant what I've just done. Still neutral with me as well. Minor strength. Do I still have it on me? Gale could demonstrate the joys of owning a pet rock. Really? Does she stroke it or something?
Something you need? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Either way, she is now a lot happier with me, so I want to get rid of this pigeon now because I don't want the negatives. There are all these gifts. Some of them are really good, some of them really bad. So if you give somebody a rotten onion, I'm pretty sure that's going to give them a negative. Lump of coal is going to give them a negative. This is going to give them a small boost to positive, same as this. Chastity belt. I'm not sure what that's all about. Cat lady's hobble stick. Butterfly sword, scented soap. Arlesian mask would be a gift for Liliana if I had to guess. Ugly boot, protective cone, obviously. Dog. Complete genealogy of the kings of Faradin. Rare Adtevan brandy, that's got to be a gift for Zevran. Kinare's Sten. Ogren, Morrigan, Liliana, Dog, Alistair. I just wanted to boost up Shale a little bit. I'm going to have a quick chat with my companions now, see if any new things have been said or done. Start with Morrigan, wherever she is. She's over here somewhere, isn't she? There.
'Tis cold in my tent, all alone.
And what do you want me to do about it? Then get a thicker blanket? We can't have that, can we? You must be joking. See, this is the point where I gotta choose whether I want to romance Morgan or whether I want to romance Liliana. Now, I could romance Liliana, and there'd still be a point in the story where I sleep with Morgan. Because there's a little twist in the plot that gives you the ability to sleep with her if you want to. Oh, we can't have that,
So
can
you
we?
shall come to my tent? But whatever shall we do in that tiny little space together while we wait for it to warm?
I'll leave that up to you. Nothing tawdry, I hope. I'm sure I'll think of something.
Good. Then let us waste no more time with foolish talk.
Oh god, I might have to cut this out.
I see the stories they tell of Grey Warden endurance are not exaggerated.
Long story short, we humped. Just saying it. Oh, there are stories? Do you really need to talk?
Indeed there are. The unanswered question, of course, is whether the endurance exists because of the taint within you, or because the Grey Wardens are by nature so very healthy. I enjoy the thought that 'tis a little of both. Natural prowess, driven by a darker side.
Like, see, I can just feel Liliana's eyes in the back of my head now, like, glaring at me. So what now? Was this a one-time thing? Then I assume we're done?
That is entirely up to you. Simply know that I have no designs on your independence. I wish only to do what I desire, and if that coincides with what you desire, then so be it. And should you decide not to continue our misadventure, then so be it. Very simple, is it not?
If I say this will never happen again, what about love? Does that enter your picture? Gee, thanks for spelling it out for me. I can live with that.
Then so be it. Come then, let us be off before the others begin to stare.
Whee! I got an achievement for boning Morgan. The game developers have thought of everything. Minor magic. Does that mean me and Morgan are now like 100%? No, 80%. Alright, fair enough. So what's the... I suppose that was just an achievement for... Yeah, just... Well done for Bodhi Morrigan achievement then. I think next I'll speak to Algren. I haven't spoke to him since he's come here, I don't think. So...
At your command, Warden.
Oh, no, you're not
Orzamar's finest are eager to carve some history.
Keep them
Don't worry about that.
That was extremely, like... poor on my part there, not knowing the difference of my companions, I guess is the word.
There you are. Wanted to talk to you.
Where's your face? Go ahead.
Aye, here we go. You and I, we've... You know how sometimes you spend time with people and things.
Love you too. Spit it out, dwarf. Take your time. What is it?
I was thinking, I do know some people out here on the surface. A person, actually. A girl I knew in Orzammar. Before I left, obviously.
A girl you knew or a girl you knew? And you want to go find her? I don't think you should rush into something so soon.
What? Oh, you mean were we rutting? Oh, aye. After Bronca left for the deep roads. Name's Felsi. She was a fiery one. I'm sure she's forgiven me by now. Thought maybe I'd track her down. See how she's been living.
You know where to find her? You cheated on Branca? What do you mean you were friends? What's she doing on the surf? Algren, you dog.
Anyway, she left for the surface a year back, and I haven't seen her since.
Do you know how to
I
find her?
tried to look her up the last time we were at Lake Calenhad. She wasn't at work at the inn. At home with her sick mother, they said. I figured it was just the ancestors telling me something. But I keep thinking about her.
There's something you're not telling me, yeah?
Ah, you suspicious sack of pebbles. You always have to think the worst of someone.
And here I thought we were friends.
Ah, you whipped out the knife, didn't you? Look, Felsi and me, we didn't leave things on the best of terms.
I'm stunned.
Yeah, she was jealous of Bronca. And she got to be controlling, and Ogren was meant to be free, you know what I mean? Anyway, she couldn't handle everyone wishing they could be with me. So she left. Honest truth.
I'll wait in here.
Well, you go ahead. Wait, so we're going?
We'll look for her, yeah.
Well, and a good friend you are, Warden. I'll think about you if we ever... no, actually, that would be gross. No, what was it you wanted to say?
You can teach me how to fight like you
You
do.
want to be a berserker?
Where's your helmet gone?
Thought I'd never see the day. Aye, I'll teach you. Just be ready. To be a berserker, you have to face your own inner rage. let the spirit of battle take over, and all that dust. There's a whole pile of philosophical rot that goes behind it, but the bedrock is this. Get real mad and kill things.
Sounds easy enough. I was just thinking the same thing.
It does. But I almost guarantee you've never in your life been as rage-blind as you have to be to draw strength from it. I'll show you how. I'm good at getting people really, really mad.
I'm shocked to hear that.
I know. It's a sodding mystery. I can teach you what gets my hackles in a twist, but no one can tell you what'll set off that killing rage in you. Finding that is the key to berserking. Once you got that, I tell you, the ladies love it when you're all mysteriously angry for no reason. Trust me. You're a quick study, Warden. You must have been seriously steamed up about something for a long time. What the sod is there to know? You get mad, you fly into battle, and things die. It's pretty simple. The hard part is getting in touch with your rage. We all learn to hold that back. It's why we don't kill every duster who looks at us sideways. You need to shut that off. For some people, being in battle is enough. But others have to think about something. Violence, monsters, nobles, your wife, whatever.
And just getting, thinking, angry thoughts make it happen.
Aye, especially my wife. Well, for most berserkers it does. Several years ago, I worked with a berserker on one expedition who just couldn't work himself up. We had to kick him in the stones before he could get going.
Thank you for the lesson.
Aye, alright then.
So Argrim, we have to find his old flame. That should mean now though that we can, when we level up, we can take a point in the berserker, right? Yeah, pretty sure that means now that we can now be a berserker.
Come
Let's
to
talk to
talk
him one
to
more
old
time. Let's talk to
Ogren,
everybody
have ya?
twice.
Don't know why.
Wrong, Argrim.
Nothing. I'm fine. Just, I got a hornet in my eye is all. Did you want to talk about something?
Think about your mum.
What about? Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway.
So you're not broken up over it. You're handling it well. I imagine she wasn't that crazy when she left. Why did she leave a prize pool like you said?
Woman was a few columns short of a haul, you know? I mean, she leaves me and flits about with that watered tart Hespith. What's she got that I don't? Just the thought of the two of them together, kissing and licking and intertwined on the floor of the deep roads. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tent for a moment. Excuse me.
You finished?
Pull up a drink, Warden. Join me in my sodding hole.
Bothering you?
Just tired is all. Did you want to talk about something? What about?
We didn't finish our conversation about you and your ex-missus intertwined on the floor. How'd you like the
It's
circuit?
sodding great. At first I was a little queasy with all that air, but there's just so much of it. No one has any idea who you are or what you're doing. And the ale. Oh, who'd have thought ale made with grain? Aye, the surface is great. It's like a big, bright world of filth without a ceiling. My kind of place. Hey, let's go find something to kill, huh? All this talk makes my hands twitchy.
Nice. We'll avoid Liliana for the time being, considering me and Morgan just did the dirty dance. Who's that? Oh, Severin over there. Alistair!
Look, before we go any further, I want to say something. I appreciate that you brought me to see my sister, and that you were there to talk me down after we left. You're a true friend. I just wanted to tell you that.
Of course.
That we are. I have your back. You know that, right? Well, now that that's out of the way, ask away.
Good question.
Of course.
So how did you become a Grey Warden? We've already asked that, right?
I didn't know them for very long, but I guess it was longer than you. You never met them all, did you? They were quite a group. Actually, they felt like an extended family, since we were all cut off from our former lives. We also laughed more than you'd think. There was this one time... Well, you probably don't want to hear stories about men you didn't know. There was one when I first joined, a dwarf named Kerrick. He was one of the elders, and he left for Orzammar before the reports of the Blight began. It's too bad, really. Kerrick said that he never wanted to go back. He wanted to die fighting darkspawn on the surface. There was one Grey Warden who came all the way from the Anderfells. What was his name? Gregor. He was a burly man with the biggest, fuzziest beard you've ever seen. And the man could drink. He drank all the time, but he never got drunk. Finally, we all made a pool to see just how many pints it would take to put him under the table.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Sometimes. We were kin of a sort. All of us had gone through the joining, so we knew... Well, anyhow, it doesn't have to be deadly serious all the time. Anyhow, we never did find out. He said he'd drink a pint for every half pint that the rest of us drank. He was still going by the time the rest of us were passed out. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw us all passed out from one end of the hall to the other, and Gregor still drinking. Duncan laughed until he nearly...
Aren't you done
Yes,
moping?
I suppose so. I thought I was done with this, but it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. That must sound really stupid to you.
I've got both of his swords that we pulled out of the ogre, bro. I'll give you one of those.
I just would have liked something of his to take with me, that's all. Well, there's no use in moaning about it, is there? He's gone. Let's just go. I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions. Do you mind if I ask?
What do you want to know? It's none of your business. Time for some juicy gossip, I take it.
I've got this nefarious plan to go around to each of them and secretly tell them all the nasty things you said. That way they'll mutiny and I shall become the group leader.
You want to lead? I wouldn't trust you to lead us to learn. Very cute, so you know I'm laughing at you, not with you.
What? Lead? Me? No leading. Bad things happen when I lead. We get lost, people die, and the next thing you know I'm stranded somewhere, without any pants. Seriously though, I'm only curious. I've had enough time to form my own opinions, and I just want to see if yours are any different.
Alright, go on then. Tell me what you think about Morgan. Who do you want to ask about? Only if you tell me your opinions as well. Or do you care what I think?
Just try and stop me. Let's see, where should I begin? How about Ogren? You must have an opinion on the smell, at the very least.
No opinion. Next. I thought you two would get along. He is a bit much, isn't he? He's an excellent warrior.
As long as he stays downwind, sure. Once he's had a bit to drink, however, forget that. There is no bit to drink with him.
Where does he get all that liquor?
Where? You didn't think that big pack he brings with him is full of equipment, did you? The man is a walking brewery. Not that it's all bad. Dwarven ale has its charms, I suppose. I just don't think you need to drink to the point of blindness every time.
I'd rather like him. He is a bit much. He's an excellent warrior.
Yeah, that's what I thought you'd say. For a drunk, he's an excellent warrior, right? How he lifts his sword is a bit of a mystery. Though I suppose the point is that he does lift it. And so long as we can point him in the right direction, he charges too. He has gusto, I'll give him that. Zevran, the elf. You can't trust him, can you? Do you believe his so-called vow?
No, not really.
Then why bring him along? Don't you think he might try to kill you again? Maybe he's just biding his time.
I don't think he'll try again. If he tries anything, then he'll die. I'm willing to give him a chat. He's very useful.
That's very trusting of you. I guess you must have your reasons. What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes. Creepy. And he's so quiet for someone so big.
There's no reason to be frightened of Sten. He's dedicated. I'll give him that.
Yet he doesn't seem quite so bad as the Chantry tells us. According to them, his philosophy is vile and evil. Yet he seems so reasonable. And yet, he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you?
For all killers, I mean, he's good at what he does. Yeah, it does bother me a little. He seems to regret what he did.
I don't know if I like the sound of that. But I guess I take your meaning. What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision?
You don't believe in religious visions and miracles?
Even the Chantry believes that most claims of visions and such are usually people's minds playing tricks on them. Wishful thinking at best. I'm not sure what I think.
I believe that she believes in her. She's crazy without a doubt. Could be true. Who's to say it isn't?
That's one way to put it. I noticed that you and her have become close. Am I right? The rest of us have talked about it.
Talk about us.
You think we have better things to do than gossip about you? You give us far too much credit. Is it true or not?
Psst. Are you boning Liliana? Is it true? Yes, we have a connection.
I thought so. Well, I hope you know what you're doing. I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad. I almost feel guilty taking her away from her life.
She's proven very useful. She has, actually. I don't. This is good for her. Don't be such a soft touch. She's proven very useful. It was her choice.
Yes, I know. Still, I feel badly for her. Morrigan, do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with us for some other reason than she said.
You really don't like each other, do you? What reason could she have to betray us? You're probably right. You really don't like her, do you?
Well, aside from the fact that she's a complete and utter bitch, no, I don't like her at all.
Way to soften it.
Why, do you?
That's not a bit. She and I have a connection. I think she's beautiful, don't you?
Sure. Beautiful, just like something that's also dangerous, like a beautiful, dangerous thing.
A bit. You like it. You want that? Yeah, quite the way we're worded. Like a dragon or a storm?
Oh, I give up. Do what you want. Just tell me one thing. Is it true what the others say? Do you have a thing going with Morrigan? Tell me it's not true.
What the others say? Why, are you jealous?
You think we have better things to do all day than talk about you? Come on, tell me it's not true. Oh, someone's a little touchy, eh? Attacking my manhood and everything. That must mean it's true. Well, fine. It's your funeral. Enough. I think my curiosity is sated. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Interesting. I've never really considered that maybe you could set Alistair up with Margaret. They act like they hate each other all the way around, but still.
Ask away.
Now, let's speak to the dog.
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off.
You will follow our enemies with his stench.
That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him.
Can't you just wave your staff and make him clean? Can you not just smile him? He's a warhound, pampered and paired lapdog. Go ahead, you just get that way.
No, that's not what magic is used for. Just make him sleep over on the other side of the camp. With Alistair. With any luck, that will keep all the stench confined to one small area.
Pet him. Zebran.
Here I am. Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What's it take to become an assassin? We already know that. Why didn't you work?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
Simply bored. Why didn't you didn't choose to be the crows?
I don't know that I would put it precisely that way. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
And that worked?
Of course. You compete against your fellow assassins, and those who survive are rightfully proud of it. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
So what is it you fancy exactly? Sound like you've been spurred. Why didn't you just leave then?
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful, and things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you?
No, but you needn't bother. Not at all. But I'm a man. Yes, actually.
This is good to know. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
Think that would change. And when you get the first chance to betray me, won't the crows eventually find you?
Eventually can be a very, very long time, if one plays one's cards right. Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Plus what?
All right, but I get to stare at you luridly while you do so.
Thanks, I guess. What does it take to become an assassin? Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared. The authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses. Even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
Nope, Terran Logan on Terran Logan on Arho, definitely.
I often find myself the instrument of fate, ending these lives for one necessity or another. I console myself with the notion that most of them had it coming. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
I enjoy violence myself. That's a bit sick, I know what you mean.
You enjoy getting the blood flowing, whether it is yours or others? Yes, I know the type. There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Handsome half like Leo, if we give you a few things, why not? You can do whatever you like. Do you not have any other skills?
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by, honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
That's sick, it's not bad. Yeah, we'll avoid Liliana, as I said, for the time being. Let's go speak to Shale, now that we've given her a pet rock Herbert.
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
No, they're quite slimming. They look fine, I suppose, but really they're useful.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
By augmentation crystals, I'm assuming she's talking about the
I've watched a lot of humans in my time.
stones.
It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
Because I'm not human. That's super, thanks, Shale. That could be bad or good.
Good, of course. It doesn't want to have anything in common with all those other filthy substandard human types, does it? Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings?
Member of House Hadouken is fact. That's a backhanded comment there somewhere.
Then that must be it. My experience with dwarves is limited, but obviously I need to encounter more of them. Other than Ogren. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
And we wouldn't want that. Yes, I'll keep it to myself.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought. I have a question for it, if it will indulge me. My understanding is that it encountered the smith named Caradin, he who was responsible for the creation of the golems, that he had become a golem himself. What I do not know is what became of him. Why did he not return with it? I would have many questions for him.
Dead, he can't help you. I'm sorry, he killed himself. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know you any answer.
He killed himself? Ah, I would doubt it, but no, I see it is telling the truth. May I ask what became of the Anvil of the Void, assuming that it too still existed?
It was destroyed, as Caradin wanted it. It is gone as well. I prefer not to discuss.
Then it was no doubt for the best. With Caradin also goes any chance I might have had of finding answers on my past, I assume. Tell me, did it find out anything from Caradin? Anything at all about how I might have been made?
The Anvil made golems from living souls.
Meaning that I was once a living creature? That seems highly unlikely, and more than a little insulting. Is it certain?
Not trying to insult you, Shale. You were once squishy, sad but true.
Was I forced into this? Or simply glad to abandon a frail body? And more importantly, who was I? I simply must know. I cannot help but believe that answers lie elsewhere in the deep roads. We must look.
I'll see what I can do. Anywhere specific?
Yes, no, I don't know. If it can search the deep roads, I may remember something. If not, then I will have to wait.
Columns and memories. I've never done this mission before, actually. And again, I've never really paid much attention to Shale or anything like that, so... Lake Callan Hat. Oh, this comes with a premium content. Shale has asked you to explore the deep roads for clues about the Golem's past. I'm assuming we'd have to have Shale in our party for that. The Morrigan. Last one left is Wynn. Where would Wynn normally hang it? Oh, there she is.
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Are you alright? Yeah, she should get some rest. Starting to slow down a little, are we?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
No, you're a person. There's still some life in those old bones, I bet. You're very sprightly for her age, though.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Not allowed to be done quite yet? Hey, don't say those things, you still need you. I'm sure you'll be kicking around for years yet.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't. Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Oh, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
Seeing the monster that you could be is unsettling, yes. You're too easily perturbed. For a great mage, you would never become an abomination, but it is a knowledge that drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have tape?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured, or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
One retains one humanity, one is not an abomination. We cannot let them simply because they might get better. Why do you care so much about this anyway?
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it.
Probably tell by the way she's asking these questions that she's on to something, should I say.
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
Kissed Duncan, then he kicked me in the balls. The short story, I met Duncan, I was cast out to die in the deep roads where I met Duncan.
You survived the deep roads and the darkspawn that dwell there? Truly, you were born to be a Grey Warden.
Born the esteemed child of King Adrian, and now nothing. It's the hope of confronting my brother that kept me going.
Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden?
Thing that says give me a freedom I never had before, Orzammar has forgotten me, but I still protect her. Just hope that I can show the strength Duncan saw in me. I'm happy as long as I get to test my steel in battle.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Moderate willpower?
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
Killing people. Well, darkspawn. I'm trying to do something important. Glory and honor on the battlefield. I suppose that killing as many darkspawn as possible. Everyone has to show me respect.
If that is your goal, then I'm afraid you will be a poor Grey Warden indeed. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others, about serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
The Grey Warden bears no one. I don't quite understand. I serve as a protector. I serve no one until you forget it.
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men, and you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I suppose that makes sense. I wish I could be served instead. Serve me, bitch.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
Then went away having power confined you. Many kings are tyrants, and I want power I never wanted. If I'm strong enough to take power, then I deserve it.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Yeah, good idea. Shut up. That's all my companions for now. So, that's going to do it for this episode. I just want to take a quick second to say a massive thank you for those of you who are watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider smashing that like button or dropping a sub. You don't have to, of course, it's entirely up to you, but it is free and it just helps my channel grow a little bit more. Most of all, though, I just want to say again a massive thank you for those of you who are watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.